A big wingman welcome to the wingman's path, to positivity, to raising your vibration, and to creating a life of your choosing. I thank you so much for sharing some time with me and some positive energy with me today, Thanksgiving Day here in America, right? It's Thanksgiving Day, and I have an annual Thanksgiving Day practice, and I'd like to tell you it all began right where I'm standing right now, at this parking lot, at this time. So I thought I'd tell you a little story how the practice began, and then maybe you'd share the practice with me, get it into your subconscious, and maybe it will help you as much as it's helped me and others on the wingman's path. So I thank you. So anyway, this is how it began. I came out of the woods, boom, came to this parking lot where my car was, and it was broken down and not starting. And so began my day of giving thanks, right? This is 2011, Thanksgiving 2011. It was a beautiful day here, too. Well, it was gorgeous. So happy to be back here. I love this place. Anyway, my car's broken down. It had been giving me some problems. I was so pissed at myself and felt so stupid for having a car broken down after I knew it was giving me some problems, and that I wanted to sell the car. It was 3.5 years old, or maybe 3 years and 3 months, and the warranty was up, and I had been having problems. And as a friend of mine who was walking with me that day said, well, you were looking for a sign, you got a sign. And I was just crazy in my mind that I allowed this. And I sat down in my car right here, and I said, what would my wingman say? And I turned to my internal wingman, and for the first time ever, I got an answer that I heard very clearly. And it said, practice what you preach. Find the positive. Now, this seemed sort of surreal to me that it happened. But I know I felt it, and I know I heard it. So I was like, practice what I preach. Find the positive. What are you talking about? My car is broken down. It's going to cost more money than I have in the bank to get it repaired. And you want me to find the positive? Practice what you preach. Find the positive. And that's what I started doing. Right then and there, I sat there and I started finding the positive. So what did I come up with? I said, wow, well, I'm safe, right? That's a good sign, right? I'm safe. My car's safe. It's in a parking lot in my hometown. I could call the police and tell them it's there. It's Thanksgiving Day. If I broke down on the road, one, I could have had an accident. Two, it would have been impossible taking care of it that day. Here, I had time to take care of it. It could sit in the parking lot. Two, I was with a friend of mine who could drive me and my dog home, right? Right? I forget what the third thing was. There was a third thing in there, and I was like, wow, this is great. I'm actually coming up with positives. And then I started coming up with more positives and more positives, and I started thinking about different things. I came up with a plan that I was actually going to take the car back to the car dealership. They would not only help me fix it, because even though it was out of warranty, they know what kind of car it was. They know I was having problems. And they would not only help me fix it cost-wise, but then they would buy it from me for fair wholesale market value. I just wanted to get rid of the car at this point because I had a plan. I came up with a plan. My daughter had just moved into Philadelphia, right? My daughter had just moved into Philadelphia. And with it, she didn't need her car anymore, and she had a leased car. So I said, how about if I came up with a plan to share her car with her, thus saving us both money because she didn't need it anymore. And when she did, we would figure it out. So my plan was hatched, so I decided that's what I was going to do. Being Thanksgiving, that was another thing I came up with. That it was Thanksgiving Day, and I was having a house full of people coming over, and there was no way I wanted to allow this incident to change my love of Thanksgiving, because it's a day I love. As you can tell, I'm a pretty thankful guy, right? So I allowed this all to play out. I called the police, told them my car was there. The next day, I came back, I saw my car, I called the tow truck, they took it to the thing, and I just knew this was all going to work out. You know how you know something's going to work out? So the following Monday, it was 11:45 when I got a call. I remember I got a call after the Thanksgiving weekend from the repair guys at the dealership, and they said, Michael, we're not going to help you out with the car because we helped you out the last time. I forgot I had something that was done right after that. And unfortunately, we know the car too well. We don't want to buy it back. And I'm like, wow, what happened? Isn't that what people always ask when they start practicing the law of attraction, right? They ask, wait, what happened? It didn't work. Now, fortunate for me, I think I had a fortunate situation because I was working on a deadline at work. I was in the health insurance business at the time, and I was doing some work. I had a deadline I had to get to, and so I just went right back to working, not even paying it any mind, still sort of laughing that it wasn't working out because I knew it was going to work out. So what happens? An hour later, 1 o'clock actually, an hour and 15 minutes later, I am finishing up my health insurance work. My phone rings. A woman's on the phone. She says, Michael, I don't know if you remember me. I used to be a health insurance client of yours when I was over in New Jersey. I've switched firms, and I would like you to look at our health insurance. We just got our renewal. And I was like, that's great. Thank you so much. I'd love the opportunity for a new client. By the way, what do you do? She said, what I do, I work for a small law firm. We specialize in lemon laws for automobiles. And lemon laws for automobiles. If you don't know what that is, by the way, lemon laws are, if you have a bad car, they can get you money back from the dealership or from the car manufacturer, right? If something's wrong with your car. So what worked out was I got my car fixed. I got $3,500 back. I got wholesale value for my car, and I leased my daughter's car with her. It all worked out beautifully. And from that moment on, I have said every Thanksgiving morning, find the positive. Find the positive. And I say that to you right now, and I'd love you and I to practice that together, saying it so we get it into our subconscious, so it comes out easily and quickly whenever we're in a situation that seems not to our liking. Does that make sense? Not to our liking, and we start finding positives, because the more positives we can find, the more our vibration changes in a positive direction. I hope this is making sense to you, because it is to me, in my mind at least. Do you follow what I'm saying? Find the positives in your situation. Your vibration, you're going to start feeling a little bit better, because when you start finding positives, much like I did that Thanksgiving morning, right, 6 years ago, exactly like I did, because I was in a situation where I was there's not quite the negative vibration as torturing yourself, and I was torturing myself for allowing that to happen to me with my car. And it changed my entire life, because now I find the positive in whatever I'm doing, and I make sure I seek out the positive in whatever situation I have. Because I found for me that when I look for positives, I find positives. And when I find positives, I start seeing more and more and more positives. And as that happens, my vibration changes, and we get into a cycle of momentum. Or as Sir Isaac Newton would say, an object in motion stays in motion. And when we can get ourselves moving in a positive direction, it's easier for us to stay moving in that direction. Sorry I went on such a rant. Happy Thanksgiving. Find the positive. Find the positive. I know we didn't get to say that so much right here. Do it for 1 minute for yourself. Just say to yourself, find the positive, and allow those words to wash over you. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. A day where you're with family and friends and loved ones, or you're home, whatever you're doing, you find much to be thankful for. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Your Wingman Michael, signing off.